Good morning, everyone. I'm sitting here, the weather's heating up, drinking my hot coffee, wishing it was my cold brew. So that means it's time for me to bust out the cold brew pitcher. Right here. I only like my iced coffee on when it gets warm. So this has kind of been in a little bit of storage. I cleaned it up, pulled it out, and it's time to start making it. And I want to tell you how much I love this in the summertime. I wish I liked cold coffee or iced coffee year round, because then I would make this year round. This is so easy because your coffee is waiting for you in the fridge. You don't have to get up and make the coffee before you've had the coffee, which can be colossally hard some mornings. Cold brew is amazing because since it doesn't use heat when brewing, it doesn't release the acids and the oils that are in coffee, so that indigestion that sometimes you feel isn't there. The other cool thing about cold brew is you can use cheap coffee because, again, the heat when making hot brew coffee releases a lot of different flavors. In cold brew, because you don't have that heat, it's not releasing all those different flavors, so you don't need to use your Jamaican blue coffee or your single source, single estate, whatever, single plant coffee. You can just use regular old coffee, and you don't have to pay $8 for a little container of of cold brew concentrate when you can make it your own using cheap coffee that tastes just as good, and you have it ready for yourself at home, and you can make it just the way you like it. So this is how it works. So this is our cold brew pitcher. It comes with two inserts here. This is the metal cold brew insert. It's a very fine mesh. You can barely even see the holes in there. And then this is another insert. This is for infusing. If you want to turn this into an infusing pitcher, you can infuse teas. You can infuse like fruits in here. I know some people who have filled this with vodka and made their own flavored vodkas, infusing it in here. So this is so it comes with both of these inserts and this funnel. But we're making cold brew, so I'm going to be putting this in here. The basic recipe for the cold brew is a cup or 80 grams of coarsely ground coffee. I know some people do use finely ground or just get the pre-ground stuff. The main difference, and in that case, I would definitely want to weigh it, because then a cup of finely ground coffee is going to be a lot more coffee than a cup of coarsely ground coffee. So this is 80 grams. One of the big differences between coarsely ground and finely ground is that it will take forever and a day for the water to filter through that coffee into the bottom. So you could be standing here over your pitcher for a while. So coarsely ground coffee, if you've got it. If not, don't sweat it. Just know that it's going to take a little longer for the water to get in there. I love using our silicone prep bowls for potentially messy jobs like this, because when you pinch it, I can control how fast it flows in there. And see, no mess. So that was my 80 grams of coarsely ground coffee. And then I have 40 ounces or 5 cups of cold water. And I'm going to pour this in here. And it's going to, see, if you can starting to go down the bottom. What's happening up top here, can you see in the top? I can't tilt it. Is the water is going to flood up to the top, and you got to wait for it to go down again, and then you just get all your water here into the bottom. And then, guys, that's it. I'm going to put the water in here, and then you can set this on your countertop or put it in your fridge. In about 12 to 18 hours, it's going to be ready. I like mine a little closer to 24. And you can pull the filter out when it's at the strength that you want. Put the lid on, pop it in your fridge, and you got your cold brew waiting for you. One thing about cold brew is it is a coffee concentrate. So if you drink 3 cups of this a day, I would not drink 3 cups of this a day. You would feel jittery. So take it easy. Cold brew is also great for adding things in, because it's harder to water down since it's a concentrate. So you can add in some wonderful simple syrups, make something that's like really creamy and milky, add a lot of flavors or even a little bit of ice to it, and it's not going to water it down that much. I find that because cold brew is so mellow and it has a very rich flavor to it, I don't have to add a lot of additives to it. Maybe just a little bit of milk. I don't need any sugar because it doesn't have the bitterness that hot brew coffee has. I hope you enjoy. I'm really super excited to be drinking some cold brew tomorrow morning. Have a fantastic Thursday, everyone. Almost to the weekend. See you soon. Bye.